So yesterday was Black Friday and I did my biggest haul of the entire year in one day. So let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Sean and I love to talk about movies way too much. With that in mind, go ahead and join me down below in the comment section. Share what did you pick up for Black Friday, or go ahead and tell me what you picked up in the month of November. If you're new to my haul videos, they're intentionally a little bit more relaxed. I try and do them in one take to let my personality come out a little bit more, tell a few more stories, that kind of fun stuff. Along those same lines, there's a companion video to this one that I put out yesterday that's actually my little vlog adventure of going out on Black Friday. I went out with a couple of my buddies. We did a little competition. Each of us had $50 to see who could get the best stuff for 50 bucks. I actually spent 200 bucks and had to like whittle through everything. I got to pick my selection for the 50 stuff to do our competition. But something a little bit different, something fun. You can check that out right up there. One final thing before we get started. Right now, there's a massive sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all of the Christmas season over there in my merch store. A whole bunch of the t-shirts that I wear in my videos, as well as my I Talk Movies Too Much shirts, they're all on sale, 35% off. You can get them on a t-shirt, you can get them on a coffee mug, you can get a cell phone case, all of that fun stuff. If you're someone that loves movies and loves talking about movies way too much, you should definitely check out my merch store right now while everything is on massive sale, and it will be pretty much for the whole month of December. With that said, let's go ahead and get started with what I picked up from Best Buy yesterday for Black Friday, and it's a lot of stuff. It's over 20 movies. So cool thing on this one, the most expensive of all the movies I bought was under $10. Some of them were under $5, all of them Blu-ray, some of them 4K. So this is a fun haul right here. First up, we've got Secret Life of Pets, a movie that just came out this year. It came out this summertime. Took my kids to go see it. They had a lot of fun with it. And so this is one of those ones I picked up. I was like, all right, that's a nice little Christmas present for the kids. And so they're like, hey, can we see what you got? And I'm like, no, you can't see what I got because you're going to find out Christmas morning. So Secret Life of Pets 2, I thought it was all right. I actually liked this one more than the first one. Just thought it was, I don't know, a little bit more interesting to me. Some of the stuff they did in the first one I thought was, I don't know, a little bit off-putting, whereas this one was just cute, fun stuff. Next up, Bohemian Rhapsody, the music film from last year. My wife never got to see this one, so I've been thinking about renting it, buying it, waiting for the price to be right. Dropped under $10. Perfect time to pick up Bohemian Rhapsody. Next up, one I've never seen before, Ex Machina. One of these movies that, if you're a sci-fi fan, everyone has been talking about it ever since it came out. People have been telling me, oh man, you haven't seen it. You've got to go see this movie. You got to go see this movie. I just haven't seen it yet. And it's been on some of the streaming services. So when I saw 4K for under $10, like $8, I was like, man, I got to pick this one up. I got to, put some skin, I get some skin in the game, actually invest in it so that I will actually watch it. But another thing I need to point out on this one, I don't own a 4K TV or a 4K Blu-ray player. People ask me all the time, hey, what kind of 4K TV do you have? I do not have a 4K TV, but I still, when the price is right, I try and future-proof my collection to try and prepare for when I do have one. I almost bought one yesterday. I waited in the long line. I got the doorbuster. Like, they gave me a ticket. Like, you can get this super jumbo on sale TV today. And I was like, man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a 4K TV right now. But I was like, it's like the cheapo brand, and I don't want to. If I'm going to get a 4K TV, I want to get the one that I actually want, that I'm happy with, not one that I get and I'm like, I have it. This is so cool. And a month later, I'm like, I wish I had a good one, not just kind of the cheapest thing that they sell. Next one we got up here is Rambo, and the 4K, once again, to future-proof that collection. Now, I own this movie already on Blu-ray, but, huge but on this one, I have a copy that I bought from a Blockbuster that was going out of business. So the case is a funny size, it's in poor shape, it's a weird version of it, so like this $8 once again, for one of my favorite movie franchises, for a movie I really enjoy, I can get a proper version of it that matches the quality of the other ones I have in the series. Next up, we got Sicario 2, Day of Soldado. So another one, this was $6. It was like, oh man, I enjoyed it when I saw it in the theater. I need to watch it again. And so, it's not as good as the first one, but it's still like a solid follow-up. So finding it for $6 or whatever, perfect little Black Friday sale. All right, here's one that wouldn't have been on my radar. It's been on my radar of like, I need to check that out. I need to rent it. And then I found it for cheaper than it costs to rent it off of Vudu, or for the same cost it costs to rent it from Vudu. Batman Ninja. People have been asking me like, hey, are you going to watch that one? Are you going to check that one out? I'm like, maybe one of these days I will. So finally found it. $4. $4 for a Blu-ray plus the digital code at that cost. Like, I just couldn't say no. So pick this one up. I haven't seen it, so hopefully I'll get that one watched soon. Next one up is one that, this is actually, of all of these, of all the ones that I bought, that I picked up, this is the one that I deliberated on putting back the most, which, if you know my opinion on the movie, you'll kind of know why. And here it is. Ralph Breaks the Internet. This is, of all of these movies, and some of you are going to be like, that was a crappy movie. Why'd you even get that? This is the one that I actually debated about the most putting back. It was because it was $8. So the price is right, but it's also on Disney Plus, which I have a membership for a long time. I've also got kids. I kind of like to have a complete set. I like digital media. And so it's a movie that I was frustrated with when I watched it. And so will the price ever be better to own a digital copy than $8? I'm like, I don't think it will be. But at the same time, I was frustrated by it, but my kids weren't. But it's on Disney Plus. So I did all that back and forth inside my head repeatedly. I was like, I like physical media. When I watch it, I prefer to have my disc. Like Disney Plus has an amazing archive of stuff that plays really poorly on my TV with my internet. So I like to have the physical copy, and it's like the price is just never going to be better than that. So I went for it. I did pick up this movie that I have a lot of problems with. Then we have Shaft, the one from this year. I kind of got a kick out of it. If it was over $10, I wouldn't have bought it. But as with the theme of all of this, it wasn't. So pick this one up. My wife didn't watch it with me. We watched all the other Shaft movies together. So another one that's like been waiting the right moment to rent it, to watch it with her. And so she'll probably have some fun with it. So we'll see what happens whenever that happens. Next up is a movie I haven't watched this year. It's been on my radar to rent it, to check it out before my end of the year rankings out. I've been almost rented this movie a whole bunch of times, and then I saw it for $6 and was like, well, I got to buy that one. Missing Link, the Leica film that I don't know. A lot of people, everyone that's seen Leica films tell me they're amazing, and you got to check them out. Fantastic animation, funny, clever, heartfelt. The trailers for all of their movies just look so dull, and things aren't cute enough. And so I've just never been drawn to actually watch the Leica films, this one included, and I heard amazing things about it. So I was like, I need to watch it, chime in on it before the year's out. And then magically it was $6 for me to be able to do that in the coming months. So I appreciate the universe helping me out like that, throwing me a solid. Then we got Long Shot, a movie that I had fun with. Real solid rom-com, but not in the traditional sense. I mean, it has the romance, it has the comedy, but it's, you've got politics inside of it without being like too one way in the way it did things. So I just balanced all its different ingredients really nicely, and all the ingredients worked for me. So I dug that one a good bit. Next up is one that I did not dig so much. I was actually on the negative side of a movie that got a whole lot of praise. Us. I was pretty disappointed in it. It'll probably be on my 10 most disappointing movies of the year. Not that it's a horrible movie, but disappointment. The biggest negative gap between my expectations and where it actually landed. Us is almost certainly going to be in that one for me because I had such high hopes for it. And I really enjoyed the first two acts. And then in that third act, when it starts giving answers, filling in the gaps, it did not come together for me. The social commentary did not work. And so for me, this was a movie that I really appreciated a lot of things about it, but I think it got drowned in its own pretensions, and so it didn't work for me in the end. Then we've got The Kid Who Would Be King, kind of a King Arthur story in modern times. Came out this January. Didn't get a lot of traction here in the U.S., but a nice little kid adventure film. My kids had a lot of fun when we rented it, and you know it's got adventure, it's got some scares inside of it. So just touches on a lot of notes. Solid family entertainment. So as soon as I saw that one at that price, I was like, I got to pick that one up. Here's my nostalgia pick of the day. This was only $4, so this is a great little nostalgia pickup for $4. The Sandlot, Blu-ray and digital, $4. I couldn't turn that one down. I was the perfect age for The Sandlot when it came out. I was in like the 5th grade. I was the target audience, the first generation of Sandlot fans. I saw this one in the theater a bunch of times. I mean, it was like one of those movies that everybody went to go see, and then your friend would have a party and you'd see it a second time and a third time, and then you talked about it and watched it at every sleepover, and then it's become kind of part of the popular culture as well. So I was part of that first generation. So seeing it for $4, I was like, there's no way I'm saying no to that. Then as a action fan, had to pick up the Equalizer 2. I've got the first one, needed the second one. The price was right, so picked it up. Not a mind-blowing movie or anything like that, but when I'm in the mood for some throwback action, the Equalizer movies, the Antoine Fuqua's filmography, they're almost always the films that I go to. Or Antoine Fuqua has a bunch of movies that I go to when I'm in the mood for throwback action movies, so there it is. Then we have Batman Family Matters. I've got a son and daughter that love Lego everything and love comic book characters. So whenever there's the Lego Batman, there's a ton of them that go straight to video. I always kind of pay attention to them, wait for them to go on sale, and then I pick them up for my kids. And so here's another one that will be on under the Christmas tree for my son, so he can have another Lego Batman movie to check out. But they're better than you'd expect them to be. They're not like as intricate or well animated as the theatrical ones, but they're able to do some stuff that one can't because they are direct to video and they're not as worried about certain things. So they have a certain charm to them. Then we have Spectre, the last Bond film that came out. I might own this one. I don't think I do. Once again, $6. I was like, I can take the risk on it. If you don't know this, I think I've mentioned it, or I don't know what I've mentioned. I have no idea. I create so much content, have so many conversations, I totally forget what I'm doing. I'm going to start ranking each of the Bond actors' filmography starting next month, leading up to the release of No Time to Die. So I believe at the end of next week, a week from today, I'm going to rank the Sean Connery films and kind of kick off this series where I'm looking to do all of that fun stuff. So I need to kind of stock up on some of my Bond films along the way. A lot of them are online, but Daniel Craig's my favorite of the Bond, so I want to make sure I own all of his films. I don't think I owned it, but it's possible that I did. I do a lot of dumb stuff like that. When you buy movies like this, like these in bulk at times, and you just get confused sometimes. I also just get confused because I'm an idiot. Then we have The Curse of La Llorona, trying to complete my Conjuring set. And, this one didn't blow my mind all that much, but the price was right. And the third act I actually have a lot of fun with. The first two acts are a little bit kind of by the numbers, haunted house stuff. And then as soon as this one character played by Raymond Cruz is introduced, Tuco from Breaking Bad, as soon as he shows up, he adds this sense of humor that I really enjoyed. It kind of picked things up a good bit. And so whenever Conjuring 3 comes out next year, I'll have to rewatch all three of the Conjuring movies again. So pick this one up. $6. $6 for a movie that came out earlier this year. That's amazing. Along those exact same lines, same exact reasoning, Annabelle Comes Home. This movie I thought was a lot better than that one. This is the lightest film in the Conjuring universe, with teenagers at a home, going full haunted house at the Warren family's home, and more humor kind of sprinkled throughout it. Characters that are a little bit more charming and endearing than you'd think they would be for a film like this. So I dug this one quite a bit. I don't think it's like, the level of the two Conjuring movies, but it's also a solid entry in the franchise that offers something a little bit different while still giving you everything you normally want from a Conjuring movie. Okay, we're getting close here. First Man. I wasn't crazy about this movie, but it's also one of those movies from a director like Damien Chazelle that's one of those guys you have to pay attention to, and his filmography is small enough right now that I can just get on the front end and just own all of his movies and kind of have the whole collection. And it's a movie that I thought was flawed, basically in its dullness, but that doesn't mean that it's not a movie that didn't have merit, and it's not one that I wouldn't be interested in watching again. It's just like, I wish that, we had a little bit more connection with our lead inside of it, and he wasn't played like he was at arm's length throughout the whole time and wasn't so slow. But still, the Damien Chazelle, he always does these movies that are exploring people that are obsessed with greatness and perfection and doing something to that next level. And I think his movies, if you watch them together, there's kind of pretty profound if you're a person that has high, lofty aspirations. I have a lot of high, lofty aspirations. So even with my frustrations with the film, wasn't someone that, just was gaga for it. Some pretty cool stuff. Then we have something, I actually own these movies, but I don't own them necessarily in this full format. $8, all three Taken movies, Blu-ray plus digital. So the first Taken, the one that everybody agrees is the best, I only have that on DVD. So right off the bat, $8 for Taken on Blu-ray plus digital. I don't have a digital copy of it. That was almost worth it at $8 for me. And then as the other two movies as well to kind of complete the collection. I think those two actually do already own on Blu-ray. I'm not sure if I have them on digital, but when I could get the original one all in kind of one contained set, it's like $8. I just can't turn that down. I love the first Taken, and the other two are like Taco Bell movies for me. That's my type of Taco Bell right there. A lot of people think they're just garbage because they are, but it's my type of garbage. The first one I think is a nice little throwback B movie with a classic Brian Mills character, that amazing little speech in it, and one of the best ticking clocks in an action movie of this century, of the last 20 years, of just having something where the dad with the skills has that ticking clock, that urgency to go save her. Amazing stuff. Then we have Pet Sematary from this year, a little bit on the bland side, but at the same time, I thought it worked. I dug it. And so one of those ones that when I'm in the mood for some Stephen King horror with modern production, I'm game for it. I'm not someone that grew up watching the original one, so I didn't have like nostalgia kind of shifting the way I kind of thought about it or anything like that. So I could just I'd watch the original one week before I watched the new one. So I enjoyed it. All right, now we are in the final stretch right here. We got Angry Birds 2. I was actually shocked that this was there. I was like, wait, this movie just came out like a few months ago. Took my kids to go see it, and it's already like on Blu-ray, which in and of itself, that I was like, wow, I can't believe this is already on Blu-ray. Then I was like, and under $10, this is incredible. So another one, be under the Christmas tree for the kiddies. How to Train Your Dragon 3. I don't think it'll be in my top 10 for the year. It'll probably be an honorable mention in my top 10 of the year. I thought it was just a great closeout of the trilogy. And when you find it for $8, you just can't say no to it. So very pumped to see this one there, and have fun once again with my kids opening that under the tree. As an action fan, as a action comedy fan, Stuber was one I actually got a pretty big kick out of. It seems like one of these movies that has been a little bit more divisive than I've anticipated, because I've heard a lot of people that really enjoyed this movie, thought it was really fun and funny, and then I've seen a bunch of other people that just thought it was like the worst movie of the year, which has been interesting to me. I'm on the side that thought it was fun and funny. When I went to LA, a month ago or so, flying back on the car ride, because I'm an idiot that doesn't know that cars can't fly yet, even though it's after 2015. I've seen Back to the Future 2. I know what technology we're supposed to have, and my car doesn't fly yet. Anyway, flying on a plane, I watched 2/3 of this one on the way back, and I've been meaning to like finish it up, and then Black Friday happened, and they had it right there for me to buy. My wife went with me to go see it in the theater, and we took our baby, who normally sleeps through movies, and this time the baby did not sleep through the movie. So she was out in the hallway basically the whole time. So she hasn't really even seen it yet. So that's one that, along with our final selection that we'll look at next, that's one that I need to watch with her. Maybe that's actually what we'll watch tonight. Like, hey, now you can actually watch the whole movie. And she enjoys Dave Bautista, and so that should be fun. But final selection, one that my wife is definitely excited to watch, Crawl, the alligator crocodile movie that came out back in July that no one was paying too much attention to, and then it came out and people were like actually really positive on it, got really good reviews, and the people that saw it seemed to really enjoy it. I had a good time with it. My wife loves animal, like sea creatures eating people movies, especially shark movies. So she was very excited to see the one. Couldn't go see it when I went to go see it. Obviously, that whole baby thing makes life pretty complex for us. So she missed this one. So I've been waiting to rent it. And then I was like, it looks like the price will be low enough that I'll be able to buy this one soon, because it seems like one that we'll watch a lot around the house and throw on kind of late at night. And then Black Friday rolled around, and my opportunity to own it happened. So there you have it. That's what I picked up. If you want to check out some of my t-shirts in my merch store, that link is down below in the description. Tell me what you got down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking movies too much.